Hey everyone, it's Amy live here at Ba Bam Wreaths in the design room. We're going to be designing a cheerful, bright Easter swag. Kind of goes along with, actually does, really go along with what's happening in my stairwell, which I shared the 2026 stairwell in a reel a little bit earlier today. And at the end of this live, we'll go walk over there with the camera and we'll take a look at it together. Lots of very cheerful, bright colors happening, and that's exactly what we're going to get out of the swag tonight. Y'all come on, say a hello or a hi. It's so good to see you here. And we're going to be using some of my favorite new bunnies, some bunnies that are in the shop. And you probably have seen these bunnies around. They're pretty popular bunnies, y'all. We're going to be using these plaid bunnies. I love these so much. I did share them on my live this past week of some new product that we just got in. I love the pattern of the plaid on the bunnies. They are definitely cheerful and bright. In fact, this bunny right here was the total inspiration to what is happening in my stairwell. So at the end of this live, we'll go take this bunny over there and you can see how we have a lot of this exact plaid happening in that area. This was the inspiration. Hey, Miss Kim, good to see you on. Hello. So we have these plaid bunnies in stock in the shop at babamwreaths.com. And we also have its sister bunny. Or brother bunny, however you want to look at it. Y'all, we've got also polka dot bunnies. Same colors, so cute. These are in the shop. These are part of the new stuff that came in just last week. And so we're going to be designing with the plaid one tonight. We're definitely going to make something cheerful, bright. I think we all need some cheer in our lives, and what better to have on your front door, right? Hey, Christine. So we're going to get into designing. We're going to go ahead and just dive right into it. I do want to tell you I already started working on the base. I'm using a 36-inch white pine. You can tell from the back. It's a white pine base. This is the front. And you can use green, white, whatever color. White was just something I had available here in my room. But I did alternate the fresh green and hot pink mesh all the way down. Just some ruffles and curls. I didn't do any in the center, just on the edges. So I went ahead and did a little prep work. Hey, Lashana, good to see you on too. Hello. Carlin says, got that bunny. Isn't it such a fun bunny? I love that bunny so much. Like I said, that bunny is what inspired my whole stairwell. So we can go talk about it after this design. We're going to go talk about the stairwell and some things that are happening out there. And I got to tell you guys, so if some of y'all were live with me this past week when I went live in the stairwell doing some decorating with you, that evening I went live and I was sharing some tips and tricks of things that I did around the stairwell, just doing some live in the moment designing. I got to tell you, after I designed that area, I went to bed that night and I wasn't overly crazy about what I had going on in the stairwell. It didn't wow me like I wanted to be wowed. So, guess what? I slept on it. I woke up that morning and I was like, nope, it's got to go. So I literally took down everything out of the stairwell and created a blank surface for me to rework the magic. So what we're going to look at the end of this live, we haven't seen on a live before because it's totally... Number two, I'm one of those people, I don't really settle. Like if I think it can be better, we're going to do better. And so what we have now is better and it makes me happy and it brought the magic. So I'm going to share that magic with you at the end of this live. All right. Hey, home for every season, Maureen. Good to see you on. Hey, Barb. Oh, thank you, Barb. I appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to turn the camera down to the swag. We're going to get this swag going so then we can go take a look at that stairwell. But we're going to do some design time tonight. Again, I am working on a 36-inch base, teardrop base right here. And you could totally use a green one and that would be perfectly fine. Now we're going to be using these plaid bunnies. And I'm going to be using 2 of them, not 1 but 2. So I'm going to kind of get the placement of my larger items. And I kind of want it like this. This one's going to be going straight up. This one's a little bit catty down below. And that's the look we're going to go for. So I'm going to go take my hot glue gun. And we're going to start getting these glued in so we can add all the pretties and things that's really going to bring it to life. Hey, Felicia. Hey, sweetie. It's so good to see you on. Thinking of you. I know you have recently been through a whole lot. I'm definitely thinking of you, my friend. I love you. Judy says, may I ask how much the plaid bunny is? Girl, I wish I would have looked before I got on this live. Honestly, I cannot remember how much I have these in the shop for. If somebody, anybody knows, can go look in my Etsy shop at babamwreaths.com and see how much these plaid bunnies are. Because at the moment, honestly, I can't tell you how much they are in the shop. And Diana says, oh my, you are a perfectionist. You're the best. Well, I wouldn't call myself a perfectionist. I just know that if I create an area, I want it to be a wow factor. And what I did the other night was not wowing me. And so I was like, okay, this has got to go. We can do better than that. I can do better than that. So, you know, we did a lot better. Now it looks over there like a dang flower shop. And it is the most beautiful spring flower shop with bunnies and blooms. And I am crazy about it. It's something that I can wake up each morning and enjoy seeing in the house. And it just brings a lot of cheer. All right, so we've got 2 bunnies in here, guys. 2. I'm going to hold it down a little bit. This one's a little bit caddied underneath. All right, but they're so cute. I definitely love that Raz brought in the patterns on the bunny. You can see how these will match things that I used in my stairwell so perfectly. And we'll go over all of that here in a little bit. Judy says, Amy, I can pull up Etsy. Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, Judy. Felicia. Oh, well, wonderful, Felicia. You know, you are also a woman that I greatly admire because you have always got this way about you. You are always full of joy and such a light. And I just love you. Every time I see your name pop up or you come up on my feed, it's just joy. All right, guys, we're going to be using some florals. I already did some cutting up of my florals kind of to take down the time, but we're going to be using my pink Dainty Wildflower Spray. All of these came off of 1 bushel, and I went ahead and cut it already. Sherry, thank you. Sherry says they're $29. Barb says $29. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, so we're going to start gluing in some florals. Now, we're going to be mixing that Dainty Pink Wildflower with the yellow and white 60919. I do have all these florals in my shop, too. Y'all are familiar with the 60919. We're going to be using this one, too. And you want to spread out all these little pieces. And we're going to be bringing in all the colors. I mean, these bunnies, that's what these bunnies are. They are full and packed of color. I love the color. Hey, Mr. Cody, what's up? What are you working on, sir? I know you're always super busy. What you got going on? I know you're working on some spring. You've been making all kinds of pretties. Always. Now, guys, I will say, before this live, I was actually filming a tutorial that I'm going to be teaching in Ba Bam's Inside Scoop tomorrow. And every season I try to film the wreath that I put on my front door as a tutorial, and I put it in the scoop. And I gotta say, tomorrow is oh so cute and something special. Oh man, Mary gave us good information. Mary says that the bunnies are $29 a piece, 3 left of the polka dot, and I think how many of there's some left of the plaid too. And there's some more of the plaid. But I think the polka dot, yes, the polka dot has been the one that I think that we've sold the most of so far. Which, I mean, I love both of them. But they're both as cute as can be. And you're going to see these displayed in my stairwell in a little bit. Tina says, love watching you. I learned so much from you. Well, awesome, Tina. I'm so thankful that you are learning and getting inspired. That's awesome. You know, whenever God put on my heart to not just create wreaths, but to teach and to share how to do wreaths, he did it for that exact purpose, to bring joy, to inspire, to teach. It is truly an honor to be able to do this and have people watch and enjoy things that I share with them. So thank you. Cody said, what did Cody say? I know Cody said something. Cody said, finishing decorating for Easter. Oh my gosh, Cody, me too. Me too. Yes, so I'm doing I made a lot of ground coverage this past week in decorating the house, trying to get it done. You know, it's a lot because I do a lot of stuff at the warehouse and a lot of recording of tutorials and all that too. So it's a lot of stuff, but I think I have my living room left to tackle. I got to finish my front porch. I did the wreath today. Again, that's going to be part of what's going to be the tutorial tomorrow in Ba Bam's Inside Scoop. But I got to finish the front porch. And then the living room. And I think I'm in a pretty good space. I have a few little things left to do in the office, but I'm getting there. Let's see. Tina says, I got the tulip painting too. See? It was so beautiful. So I got to tell you, Tina, whenever I was doing the stairwell, thank you, Elizabeth. You know, when I went live the other night and I was showing some tips and tricks on the stairwell, I didn't have the tulip painting at that time. I did not have some of the stuff that I was using. And after that evening, I was like, I can do better than this. I can do better. So I did go back to Michael's, which I'll be sharing all the things that came from Michael's. Michael's has a bright collection too, and that's where that tulip painting came from. And I love the colors of the painting. I wish it was a little bigger for my space, but it works, and I do love that piece of art, and it just goes along with the whole collection that's happening in the stairwell, and it brings in more of that floral shop kind of look. So Tammy says, hey, my precious sunshine, you brighten my day with all the beauty you share. Tammy, that is just the sweetest. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Kim says, you are so talented and you do beautiful work. Y'all are being so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Truly, I do. Thank you, thank you, thank you for such kind words. We also have something going on. So last week I made a post. That kind of jumped in there. A post about the blessing box. I'm going to be sending out some blessing boxes. And that is happening tomorrow. I'm going to be packing up and sending some blessing boxes out. And I'm excited about that. I got some great things happening this week. But you know what? I am a giver at heart. I love to give. And I got to bring the blessing box back. We used to do that. And I just like to send some happy mail to some people that really need it. So if you saw that post last week, we're going to have... we're going to be doing that more often, having some blessing boxes go out. All right. You know, I know that a lot of newer crafters, and not all crafters, I go live and I show how to design things, and I use I use a lot of things. I use a lot of florals. I use maybe some pricier things in my design, and I definitely know for newbies and just some people that's just not within their budget. And that's okay. That is okay. You can do according to what you can do. But I want to bless some people. Whether you can afford these things or not, I think the blessing boxes will be nice to brighten up somebody's day. So we're going to do them blessing boxes more often. Now we're going all the way around with these beautiful florals. Again, mixing in the pinks and the yellows. And this literally will match my entire stairwell. It will. I'm like, I could just hang it somewhere over there. Y'all, I got lots of pretties happening over there, but you know me, I'm a woman who likes a lot of detail. Just like I do in my wreaths, I also do in my house. All right. I do think it kind of strange. I was telling my husband this earlier. I was on social media, and on one of my, in the dining room, I had shared a reel that got a lot of love, a reel that got a whole lot of love. And I still have people commenting and saying things on it. And somebody left a comment today, and they told me that visually it was too much for them in the dining room. Which, I mean, okay, I understand that my taste is not everybody's taste. That's perfectly fine. But they went on to tell me things that I should change, things that I should take out, and things that I should add. And I just thought, who does that? Who goes on to somebody's post that's in their own home and decorating their own home and tries to tell them how to do things, I just replied and said, well, I love it like it is, and this is my house. I just think some people can be very ballsy in today's time. Like, I know I'm sharing from my home and things around my home, but I definitely was raised with, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it. And you got some people that get real brave behind their screen and say it. Because honestly, I don't think they would be people that would say it in person. I think that screen gives them a little bit of courage to say some things that aren't so nice. And you know what? I just got to pray for them, right? Be nice, pray, move on. That God bless you. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. But I'm going to keep doing me. Sherry says, I was one of the lucky ones to receive one of your blessing boxes many, many years ago. And I'm still so thankful. Oh my gosh, Sherry, look. See, it has been many years since we did those blessing boxes. And Sherry still remembers the one she got. What? That's awesome. That is so awesome. I love that. Thank you, Sherry. All right, we've pretty much gone all the way around with some amazing florals. So I used 2 of the pink wild berry dainty bushels and then 3 of the yellow white 60919s to create all the florals going around. So first it's add your focal points. Next is adding those florals. Ooh, Judy said she ordered one of those bunnies. Sweet. They are so cute. Again, I love them so much. I based my stairwell off of the plaid bunny. All right, so let's see what's next. I think that we should play with some ribbons next, although we do have some glitter sprays we can play with a little bit later. We also have some ranunculus bushes we're going to kind of tear apart and just put little clusters in. But I think right now I want to play with some ribbons. Now, this bunny's plaid, I do have another amazing plaid in my shop. This one right here. We're going to be using this plaid. It does have the orange, and it has the pink and the blue, just like in here, and the green. So we're going to be pulling in this plaid. Then I just grabbed one of the ribbons I already had in this green and white plaid as well. And then I thought I was going to bring in my hot pink and white polka dot because it clearly has hot pink stripes going in here too. It's going to be a very fun, playful design. Kathy said, did you say 6119? The yellow and white spray is a 60919. 60919, is that Mr. Marcus on? Did I see Marcus' name? Oh my gosh. Hey, Marcus. Good to see you on, sir. Hey, hey. Vicky, a blessing box is a box that filled with all kinds of goodies, supplies, ribbons, focal points, flowers. It's things that a person could create a wreath with. And I'm going to start doing blessing boxes again. I did them years ago, but again, that was years ago, and it just was upon my heart again. Let's start this back up. Let's do some more blessing boxes. You know, I have been very blessed, and I want to give back and give to somebody in need of some joy, and I think that is certainly some happy mail that I can help do. So last week I made a post, and there's going to be a couple people off that post that randomly their names will be chosen. I'm going to be shipping out the blessing boxes tomorrow to them. We're going to keep doing some more posts and spreading some positivity with the blessing boxes. All right, so we're just doing a simple bow. We're going to put this bow right in here. And we're going to stack all these ribbons on top. Hey, Robin. I'm finally catching you live. I love your work. So glad I caught you. Well, I'm glad you caught me too, Robin. Good to see you on. Kathy says, I just received my order yesterday, but now I need these pretty yellow flowers. I know, right? The yellow flowers are the bomb. Yes. Mary, I love, love, love how you design your home in every room, even the bathrooms. I was blessed to be on your tour. Well, Mary, I haven't done a whole lot in the bathrooms yet for Easter. That is To be determined. Yeah, I know. I get a bit crazy, right? Hey, I can admit it. I do some really out there things. I was always that kid that played with their toys a different way than other people, and I certainly know that I'm still that person because I do that in my home decor. I do things in a different way than most people. I understand that. I'm different. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this bow in here. I'm going to trim this pipe cleaner off. But you know, through all of that, I think when I was younger, I had a hard time accepting my differences than other people. And just as you get older, you know, hopefully it happens when you're young. You can just learn to love yourself through all things. I had a more difficult time loving myself when I was younger, but as an adult, I'm like, you know what? I am going to love myself. God made me special, and I'm going to love those special things, and I'm just going to be me. And if people like it and they want to watch me, they can. If not, and I'm not their cup of tea, that's okay. There's something for everyone out there. All right, so we're going to do this bow, and then we're going to take these ribbons and come right below the bottom bunny. Lori says, that is a beautiful thing to do. Aw. All right, let's go ahead and get this loop in here. We're layering these ribbons. And again, all these patterns are going to look so fun with this bunny. Let me go ahead and fix these tails on this side. Yeah, every time I walk by my stairwell now, it just makes me smile. Even my husband loved the redo when I redid it. He's like, now that's a winner. Ha. Yep. All right, so now we're going to come down straight in the middle, and we're going to have a tail come down the middle of the swag. Okay, now we're going to do some ribbon work going up the opposite side. You can see the bow and the ribbons going up that one side. Now we're going to take them and do some work on the opposite. So I'm going to grab all 3 of my ribbons. Again, we're going to layer them. We got the 2.5 inch on the bottom, then this 1.5 inch on top, and then we're going to take this 7/8 inch on top of that one. So we've got from biggest to smallest in width. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to add some tails. Now I'm looking for a pine tie right in here, and I'm going to twist it in the pine tie. Barbara says, I'm different than most people around me in decor, but it's my home. Yep, that's right. It's your home. And, you know, I do believe in making your home a home and whatever that home is to you. So honestly, sometimes I think about my life and I think about how I design very whimsical, childlike, and very, very fun, I think. And I think that sometimes a big part of me thinks that the reason why I do this as an adult is I'm making up from childhood and things that weren't so happy in my childhood. I don't know why. I was went through a lot of struggles as a child, had a lot of depression hit me as a child. Yes, as a child. I went through a lot of things, like a lot of people have. But I went through that as a kid. So sometimes I think that me doing all this as an adult is just like God giving me the fun part of life back that I felt that I missed out on as a kid. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that is what I feel in my heart, that I do a lot of things out of like a child's eye. All right. Thank you, Felicia. Thanks, Judy. All right, so we're still whirling these ribbons up the side, y'all. And I just added some glue in there, so I'm going to get my scissors and kind of turn it around. And we're going to come all the way up to the top with our ribbons and find a pine tie at the top. And if I can't find a pine tie, which it's kind of hard to find one, we're going to take a pipe cleaner and attach it up top because I cannot find a pine tie where I need it. Aloha, Mr. Edward. Good to see you on. All right. I love all those ribbons. Okay, so now we got our loop at the top, and we're going to come back around to the side till we meet the ribbon again right here. And every time you kind of cinch that ribbon in and tie it in, you're just going to have to straighten it back out and layer those ribbons again. All right. I think one more loop, and I think we will probably be good on our ribbons, and we can go fill in with the glitter sprays and our ranunculus for detail. Let me see. I'm going to turn this around straight for me, and I think it needs one more loop and then a tail right here. Kind of match where the tail's going on the opposite side. Y'all, I was live earlier this morning, or well, I say afternoon at noon. I went live with my friend, family, Rick from Ricky Tiggy's 3D Kingdom. We were live earlier today showing some of his new goodies he's been making. So this is a 2 times live in one day. All right, now we got our ribbons in and our florals. Now we're going to add some other goodies in here. But we're definitely making shape, and it's turning out so beautiful. Again, it reminds me of my stairwell, this whole look with the bunnies and blooms. Next, we're going to add in a little bit of sparkle, but the sparkle is totally optional. I'm going to try it because you guys know I'm a lady that likes a lot of texture and things. I feel like I need a little piece of mesh right down in here. There's a little hole crevice right between these two little bunnies, y'all. So I'm going to stick in a little bit of mesh curl down in the middle. Hey, Tina. Oh, okay, Tina, I'll have to check my messages. Thanks, Kathy. Appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of mesh because there is definitely a hole right in the middle. And I'm going to take this mesh curl all the way down here. I don't want a little hole in the middle, so we're going to fill that in with just one mesh curl. Should do the trick. Yep, that definitely did. Right there. Perfect. All right. Now, let's see. We're going to get some of our glitter sprays, and we've got the paper grass glitter in pink, orange, and then we have our wispy green glitter spray. All these are in my shop too under the spray section, and we're gonna see about adding some of these. I definitely think it's gonna add more texture, and these are kind of gonna go below the flowers, not on top of the flowers, but below. So as I'm doing it, I'm kind of lifting them up a little bit and putting a little spray underneath and gluing it down. It's just going to give more texture, more variety. It's more of a wow factor in my opinion, and totally more of a party for these bunnies. And we're going to alternate the colors all the way around. I did pre-cut these sprays just so we wouldn't take a lot of time to add in these glitter picks. And Melanie says, love the ribbon work. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love playing with ribbons. You guys know that. I mean, I love playing with all of it. It's so crazy how, you know, I'm 12 years in making wreaths, and I still love it like yesterday, if not more. Still just as passionate about it. I really think wreaths or something special to greet that front door. Though some people put them in their homes too, like me. I have wreaths inside my home and outside of it. I just think they're a fun way to spruce up a place and bring some smiles. And really, your wreath is your, is your greeting before you get in the front door. So we're going to spread these out a little bit, going around. Just a little bit, not overdoing it. And then we're going to add in a little bit of those ranunculus and some places. And then after that, we're going to go check out that stairwell together. The new stairwell. It's not often that I will create something in my house and then be like, okay, no, I got to redo this. But it happens every now and then. And guess what? I'm gonna redo it and make it happen. Oop, I need to get orange. Because I want whatever I do to be its best. And if it's not, I'm like, okay, we can fix this. We can redo, even if we have to take it down to a blank slate. We're going to redo till we get it right. Now we're going down the other side. We're almost done with these glitter sprays. And the glitter sprays are totally optional. Like y'all are saying, it already looks pretty with the flowers. So if you don't want to add the glitter sprays, you don't have to. I'm just being extra. But today's Sunday, guys. We're going into a fresh week. I hope you all have an amazing week. And, each and every day, just look at it as a gift from God. And, gosh, I know that right now, more than ever, we need lots of prayer going on for everything going on in the world. So, start your day out. I like to start my day out with reading the Word and praying. But I pray all throughout the day. And, God's just so good. And then I usually put on some praise music. That's usually what I have going on in the background in my life is some Christian music. All right. We are almost all the way back around. All right, now let me take a look at it. Hey, Evelyn, hey. I'm gonna add a little bit more at the bottom. I feel like I need a pink glitter spray at the bottom just for some more balance. All right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the ranunculus bundles. We're not going to put a whole bundle in there, but what we might do is, and these bundles I do sell in the shop, we may clip some off and add some of the colors in there. So I'm just going to clip some, and we're going to play around a little bit and see if we want these little pops of color in there. And so I brought the one that had all those colors, but then I also brought one that has some orange and some green. We can kind of play around and see which colors we want to use in here. I'm just cutting 2 of each color of the bundles. All right. And these are like your little details. I always put a little flower in the middle of the bow. I think that would be super sweet. And, anywhere you want some brightness. I do like that they're in clusters. So you can get your placement and then you can glue them in afterwards after you've placed your little bundles around, but they definitely draw the eye in. That is because they're clustered together, and I love that. Yes, that is absolutely what it needed. Let's see. Absolutely. I love the little pops of color. So we're going to go ahead and get those glued in. So we sell all kinds of ranunculus bundles in the shop, and they're really great prices. It's a big bundle, and you can use it all together, or you can do just like I just did and take the bits and pieces you want to use and save the rest for another design. Now, there's a little white pine that's sticking straight up right here. I'm just going to clip it back. We did use some white pine as the base. If there's a big white pine sticking out, you can clip that back. All right. I think this is pretty awesome, although I think I need one more, maybe orange up here. So I'm going to get one more little orange ranunculus bundle and come up at the top. We're going to let this glue settle. Then we're going to go and take a look at the stairwell. I'm going to go ahead and pull y'all up real quick. Hey. Donna says you use 3 yellow and only 1 orange. You're right. That's probably why I just chose another orange. You are so right, Donna. Good watching on that. Donna says, Amy, how about a sign, Jesus is my reason? Hey, I like that. I like that saying, Donna. I think we could do that. Jackie said, I just seen your beautiful cross you made. May I ask what was your base? That base is a grapevine base. I sold those bases last year. I don't have them this year. But it was made out of a grapevine base. It was 6 foot. I'm about to work on another cross this week with a different type of base. And I'm going to work on it, and then I can definitely share how it was done. But I definitely love the cross bases so much. I've got a customer that wants me to make one for her. So I'm going to make one that's more shippable versus the one that you saw in that reel. That was 6 foot and ultra wide, which is great for people that are doing that for their own home. But if you're making some to ship to a customer, you got to have it more with a shippable base. And so I'm going to be making a new type of cross wreath this week, very soon. All right, we're about to go look at that stairwell. Hey, Miss JoJo, good to see you on. Tanya said some on the right side just before the bottom. Some on the right side just before the bottom. Did something happen? Did I not glue some? Did I not? No, that one is a little loose. I'm not sure, but we're going to glue a little bit and see. All right, I think they're all glued in. So now I gotta wait a little bit longer now since I just glued that. We'll see, maybe I can hold it away from me. I just don't want glue to drip on me. But let's kind of see, make sure no hot glue coming out, right? See what we just did. You can kind of get a gist of what we just designed together. I'm trying not to hold it so close to me, but super cute, full of color. And now you're gonna see how this matches my stairwell so beautifully. But I hope y'all enjoyed making this with me. So easy peasy and fun and very colorful, cheerful. Now I'm gonna take the camera off the stand. We're gonna walk up to the stairwell and we're gonna look around at the stairwell. It may be a little dark, so it may not be the best lighting, so just bear with me. I know the lighting's not the best in the evenings like this at all. It's usually best during the middle of the day with natural lighting. But we'll go check out the stairwell, and hopefully you'll get some little spring magic from that. Y'all ignore all the mess. Thank you, Evelyn. Thanks, Donna. Thanks, Lori. Y'all, I got lots of mess going around in here, so just ignore everything going on. All this going on in my design room. Look at my couch, y'all. It's sad. We're going to walk out here to the stairwell, though. Okie dokie. Here it is. So this is the redone stairwell. And okay, so I told y'all that the plaid bunnies were the inspiration, and that is the truth, because I have the plaid bunnies and the polka dot bunnies in my shop, and I absolutely love this plaid bunny. Let me show you guys. This is crazy. So I sell these bunnies that we just used in the swag, But look at what Michael's Stores sells these buckets. You see this bucket and they have fabric? Michael's sells the bucket. It matches the plaid on the bunny. Okay? Y'all, look at this bunny up here. Michael's sells this bunny. This white bunny matches the plaid on this bunny. Look at those plaids. They look like freaking identical. And that bunny is from Michael's. So whenever I saw all these goodies from Michael's, I was like, hey, it matches. Look at the plaid. It matches. That's Michael's, y'all. So I'm going to put this bunny down so I can show y'all some other things. But y'all can see where the inspiration came from was that bunny. So, hey, Evelyn. Evelyn says, I've seen this today. This bunny and flower heaven, beautiful. Oh, thank you. See, I feel like it looks like definitely like a flower shop up in here. I'll back up just a little bit. It looks better during the daytime, but, yeah, it's a bunch of bunnies and blooms. Definitely happening. Okay. So really cool, interesting thing. Let me grab it over here. I hid it behind the tree. Hold on, guys. Yes, I hid something behind the tree. Okay. See this right here? This is actually what this is. Do y'all see that? It is a paper table runner from Michael's. That is paper. Paper. So I saw this at the store and I was like, I don't know if this will work because I haven't seen anybody put paper and garland it like a ribbon through the tree, but I'm going to try it. It was worth trying. I think this was $4 at Michael's. And it's a table runner. Well, I don't have a table in this section. So I was like, I wanted to get it. And so I actually started, this tree was naked, and I started out doing all this paper table runners through the tree. And I think it looks so beautiful. I love the texture. It brought in so much pop with $4 paper. $4 paper. I mean, for real. That is ridiculous. But it did so much. The cheapest thing that I have in this tree made such a great impact. I've got it weaving in and out all over the place, all the way down. That is paper. And it's just such a nice texture, such a nice unexpected thing in the tree. So y'all check out your Michael's because they do have this whole line, including, yes, the baskets, the matching bunnies. There's the boy bunny. They also have the girl bunny. And so I definitely had fun doing this tree and put large tulips coming up at the top. I think that's so sweet. And then all these daisy sprays, which are friggin' phenomenal, are in my shop. And unreal, I can't even believe I did this. They're 35% off right now. You can get a whole daisy spray for like $2 and something right now in my shop while they last. When they sell out, they sell out. It's like a mega steal right now happening in the shop. These daisy sprays. But I went and put baskets all on the floor with the different flower buckets. Again, it's like a flower shop, right? Hey, Evelyn. I know that plaid is like the same design. I definitely used some ribbons from my shop too and did a little bit of ribbon work. There's a bow at the top of the tree. Kind of held it up there. You can see the bow at the top. And then I used some of those striped balls from my shop. All the colors just go together so beautifully. So let's talk about the stairwell. So the other night when I was showing y'all some things, I had these 3 wreaths, this wreath and those 2 right there. They were up on the banister. Well, I cut those loose and instead I did these really inexpensive, so inexpensive. These are those daisy sprays that I literally just said are like $2 and something. I used every color, white, purple, pink, and yellow. And I crisscrossed them in here, zip tied them to the stairwell, and put a couple of big blooms. And I did that in 3 places to create the big flower bursts that you see going up the stairwell. What an impact. And literally that is made for under $20 right here because these are so inexpensive. It's crazy. And then, okay, so I wanted something to go up my stairs. I've got the bunnies alternating with these tulips. These are from Michael's. They are sold like that. And so, yeah, I kind of just really fell in love with a lot of things that Michael's had. And also this tulip pitcher, which is from Michael's too. So that is from Michael's, and it just brings that color right back in here, just the vivaciousness of the color. And then I had the wreaths staggering down below. Since I went with an all white backdrop, it's all white, I really wanted to have the color pop. So I'm hoping this really happened. I added the chair back there and also that cute little textured bunny pillow also from Michael's. Lashana says, I have the purple and pink daisies too. Cute. They are, right? They're so cute and such a wonderful budget-friendly spray. So that is what's going on in the stairwell. Got a little bunny with some baskets with some eggs going up over here. Y'all know if there's a place to decorate, I'm going to decorate it. Lori says, I love the big dahlias. Is that what it's called? Oh, these. Oh, no, these are fine, honey. Okay, so I already had these blooms. These are so amazing. The texture is crazy. Yes, love those. Yes, so I wanted some little, some big pops with some bigger blooms. So that's the stairwell. Now I can show y'all one other area. So if y'all were with me the other night, I had a shelf that I was decorating on the back wall. That chair was not there. There was a shelf there. And I was showing how to decorate and do some things. Well, I moved the shelf. I kept the shelf, but I moved it. And now we have this little area right over here, the shelf, and I put it in front of my oval mirror. And I also added my skinny tree right here. So we're going to take a look of that. I definitely love how this turned out with all my little homes that are from Home Goods. Y'all see me in that mirror. But all these little homes from Home Goods. I still put my Easter grass out and added all my little characters in there. Ooh, I'm bending down low, all the way down low down the shelf. And then we just scooted the skinny tree that was in the stairwell over here. So this was the tree that was in the stairwell the other day. But now I moved a big fat tree in because that one works better in this space. So I scooted the skinny tree over here. And the skinny tree is very simple but effective. I just added 4 baskets. You can see the baskets. I've already had those baskets. We zip tied the baskets in and added some eggs in the baskets. Such a simple thing to do. We took one of my flower sprays and added it into the flock tree. We added a few egg sprays and a few of the cotton candies that are in my shop. Very, very simple tree, but I love how it looks. Just so magical, and it's more lights that go around the home. And you guys know I love me some lights. So, and then it has, you know, I left up a little bit of what I had going for Valentine's, but I added yellow to it and some fresh ribbon to the top of the mirror. So this is another little section that is in the home. We got Mr. Bunny down below. I love it, but I love all the color and all the charm. And I love my bunny houses on display. Thanks, Evelyn. Thank you, Lori and Toby and Melanie. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you, everybody. All right. Well, that's what we got tonight, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this segment, going live designing and sharing the stairwell. Trust me, I got lots more to show you guys. We still got the office, which I'm finishing this week, and the entry tree, the big tree, and we have the front porch. And I still have got to work on the living room. And I have one more little section that is going to turn out super darling. Lots of things to share with you guys. And I love doing that. So thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you'll have a blessed and wonderful week. And I will see y'all again real soon. Until next time, guys. Bye, everybody.